Have you ever considered boiling your wine, mead, or cider before you throw the yeast in? Don't. Now, for wine and cider, I've never really heard this, other than for folks who are afraid that there might be some wild yeast or bacteria in their juice. But for mead, this used to be commonplace. I actually went to a homebrew club meeting about 5, 6 years ago, and I was the youngest person there by probably 20 or 25 years. So these were old school homebrewers. They'd been doing it since the 70s and 80s, and they had their practice down. They would mix up their must in a giant stock pot, boil it, and skim all the honey solids that floated up to the top. Now this worked for them, and for the most part, you're not going to experience anything negative doing that. It's just not really necessary. Beer wort is boiled, and it's boiled for a few reasons. You want to sterilize the beer wort, and you want to extract the bittering compounds from the hops. But mead, wine, and cider don't need this boiling step. Heating your ingredients for mead, wine, or cider can actually volatilize the delicate compounds and have them blow off in the steam. They can also lead to some cooked flavor, like cooked fruit, jammy fruit, or burnt honey, caramelized honey, because some of that's going to stick to the sides of the stock pot and then get back into your must when you pour it off into the carboy. If you're nervous about wild yeast or bacteria, there is a way to help prevent them, and that is to add 1 Campden tablet for 24 hours before pitching your yeast. You just crumble it up, put it in there, wait a day, and then you can add your yeast. This will stunt anything wild that is in your fruit or fruit juice and give your yeast a good clean start at establishing its colony and outcompeting anything else that is still in there. Modern yeasts are exceptional at outcompeting and often eating wild yeast that is in your brew. And once your brew gets up to above 8 to 10%, you no longer really have any risk of wild stuff taking over because the alcohol and the continued fermentation activity is going to do the work to prevent an infection. Now, for lower ABV brews like a session mead or a cider, you might have a little bit more concern about wild stuff getting in there, and that's why it's a good idea to add a little pinch of sulfite every time you rack it over and manage exposure to the outside air. Don't worry about boiling your must, just relax and have a homebrew.